Allergic reactions are the body's defense mechanism against antigens, commonly known as allergens. Majority of the population is allergic to one thing or another, and the reaction for each range with a slight rash, runny nose, to a fatal anaphylactic reaction. To understand an allergic reaction, it is important to understand the body's immune system makeup. When a virus, bacteria, allergen, or other foreign substance enters the body, the immune system's lymphoid tissues produce antibodies for the specific type of intruder. So far, there are 5 classifications for antibodies: immunoglobulin A, D, E, G, and M. For an allergic reaction to occur, the allergen must first make it past the basic defense mechanism, the skin, lining of the nasal passages, and other first defenses into the body systems. In most cases, the antigen is destroyed by the antibodies. However, if not destroyed, biochemicals will be released, causing a variety of reactions. A person does not experience an allergic reaction during the first exposure to an allergen. In first exposure, the body just produces the specific antibodies to combat the allergen in future exposure. When the allergen enters the second time, the body is already prepared, recognizes the allergen, and releases histamine. Histamine can cause dilation of capillaries, increase gastric juice secretion, decrease blood pressure, and constrict some muscles. The medical history is especially important when dealing with an allergic-prone patient. It has been determined that a person with several known allergens are very likely to experience a reaction within the dental office. This person has highly sensitive immune responses and requires special attention. In addition, med history is important so dental team can know what certain drugs should not be given to the patient. Today we will be looking at the 6 most common: contact dermatitis, urticaria, angioedema, anaphylactic reactions, anesthesia allergy, and latex allergies. Contact dermatitis. Contact dermatitis is a normally acute allergic reaction that occurs as a result of cutaneous exposure to an allergen and may occur in the oral mucosa as well as in the skin. Allergens that cause such reactions may include poison ivy, toothpaste, mouthwash, lipstick, impression materials, metal alloys, and steel wire. The first signs of contact dermatitis include erythema or redness, edema or swelling, and blister formation. However, the main symptom is intense itching in the localized area where allergen contacted the skin, yet in some rare cases it can spread. In most cases, the first step of treatment is to remove the contacting substance. A physician may further administer antihistamines and corticosteroids. Now we will cover an occurrence of contact dermatitis within the dental office. A young married couple are waiting patiently within the office lobby, unaware of the future allergic reaction to occur. With the husband back within the clinic, the wife preoccupies time flipping through a magazine, then decides to reapply her new lipstick. In half an hour, the husband returns to find a shocking discovery. His wife's lips are red, swollen, and becoming intensely itchy. The office staff directs the wife to thoroughly remove her cosmetics and take an antihistamine to help combat the allergic reaction. Urticaria. This is commonly called hives in the general public. It's essentially a skin reaction characterized by the itching welts that appear after ingesting or skin being exposed or in contact with a specific substance. The signs and symptoms to watch for are raised area of redness with borders, swelling called edema. The best treatment in this situation is to remove the substance that caused the reaction in the first place, take an over-the-counter antihistamine, and if the symptoms persist, the patient should see his or her physician. While Alyssa, Devin, and Ellie are waiting on the next patient's arrival, they decide to take some time to study in the courtyard at school. Devin was starving and asked Alyssa if she had any snacks. So Alyssa offered Devin her peanut butter crunch bar, not realizing that Devin is allergic to peanuts. Quickly, Alyssa removes the substance from Devin's hand gives her an over-the-counter antihistamine, Benadryl. Devin quickly takes the Benadryl because she was having a urticarial or hives reaction to the peanuts. Thankfully, Benadryl worked for Devin and she didn't need to seek a physician's help. Angioedema. Angioedema is sometimes mistaken for urticaria. Basically, angioedema is a giant form of urticarial that typically involves the genitals, face, and hands. The reaction is most often to drugs, food, or environmental factors. The signs and symptoms to watch for are localized swelling of submucosa or subcutaneous tissue. They are usually single lesions. There will be no pain or itching associated, and the best treatment in this situation is to remove the cause and administer antihistamines. Kimberly and Alyssa are enjoying a lunch before class, and Kimberly offers Alyssa a new mint after they finish pizza. A few minutes later, Devin comes to see what the girls are up to and notices that Alyssa's face seems extremely swollen. Alyssa has never had a reaction like this before, and thankfully Kimberly has some antihistamines with her and administers that to Alyssa, who seems to be having an allergic reaction to something in the mint. Kimberly and Devin stayed with Alyssa, monitoring her until the swelling went down to ensure that it didn't interfere with respiration. Alyssa made an appointment to see her allergist that week. Note that in most mild cases of allergic skin reactions, the dentist may choose to not treat the patient but refer them to a physician or allergist. Regardless, the dental team should observe the patient and follow up treatment in office or by referral. In addition, most skin reactions do not create emergency situations themselves. The major concern is if it advances into a true emergency, such as anaphylactic shock. Anaphylactic reaction with signs and symptoms. An anaphylactic reaction is a severe, life-threatening allergic reaction. It develops immediately after a patient ingests, inhales, or is injected with an antigen or stung by an insect. Signs and symptoms associated with anaphylaxis vary in type and severity. A common term to describe these signs and symptoms is shock. Shock is a life-threatening condition that occurs when the body is not getting enough blood flow. Common signs and symptoms of anaphylaxis include itching, urticaria, angioedema, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, laryngeal edema, hypotension, shock, complete circulatory collapse, sweating, and nervousness. Treatment of an anaphylactic reaction with signs and symptoms includes summon medical assistance, place the patient in a supine position, administer oxygen, administer epinephrine, administer antihistamines as needed, and initiate CPR if needed. Brittany and Devin are studying outside when Brittany gets stung by a bee. Brittany is highly allergic to beef stings and starts to get hot, sweaty, nauseous, and then vomits. Brittany is showing signs of an anaphylactic reaction. Devin tells Brittany to lay down and then calls for medical assistance. Ellie arrives with epinephrine and administers it. Brittany starts to feel better. Anaphylactic reaction without signs and symptoms. In some cases, an anaphylactic reaction can be so severe that the signs and symptoms occur quickly and seem to happen all at once. And in this situation, the patient can go unconscious immediately. When there are no definite signs of an allergic reaction, epinephrine should not be administered. Place the patient in the Trendelenburg position, summon medical assistance, administer oxygen, initiate CPR, and provide basic life support as needed. Some cases of anaphylaxis are so severe that death may occur. Ellie is studying outside, alone, when a bee stings her in the neck. Ellie is very allergic to bee stings and develops an anaphylactic reaction. Signs and symptoms appear too quickly and she goes unconscious. Later that day, Ellie is found by her friends Devin and Kimberly. They don't know why she is unconscious or how long she has been lying here. They check her pulse and place her in the Trendelenburg position. Devin begins CPR while Kimberly calls for medical assistance. Unfortunately, Ellie is unresponsive and the anaphylactic reaction resulted in death. Latex allergies. Latex allergies is an allergic reaction that is not only affecting healthcare workers, but also the general population. This allergic reaction can range from minor skin irritations to facial and anaphylactic reactions. Some other individuals at high risk for latex allergies are individuals with a genetic history of allergies, history of surgeries, and food allergies including bananas, avocados, chestnuts, and kiwi. The two most common reactions out of the three are contact dermatitis and delayed contact reaction. A delayed contact reaction can take up to 48 to 72 hours after exposure with red, itchy rash. The third type of reaction is immediate allergic reaction, most commonly associated with the powder in the latex gloves becoming airborne and may disappear within 30 minutes. The patient may experience coughing, wheezing, shortness of breath, and respiratory distress. There is currently no cure for latex allergy, but prevention and avoidance would be the main treatment option. Allergy to anesthesia. A particular allergic reaction that is unique to dentistry is an allergic reaction to dental anesthetic solutions. The dentist will need more information regarding this condition once a patient reports this allergy during their medical history, as it may not be a need to deny treatment with anesthesia and could generally be a different problem. Although, in a case where the patient is actually allergic, some of the reactions are characterized by inflammation, papules, edema, and pruritus, and severe enough to cause an anaphylactic reaction. Allergic reactions in the dental office can be fatal. The amount of treatment the auxiliary is allowed to perform, although not lacking in importance, is somewhat limited. Since the main method of treatment in severe reactions is an injection of epinephrine, the treatment must be performed by the dentist. It is nevertheless very important for the auxiliary to understand what takes place during a reaction and assist the dentist by having all drugs prepared. Remember, in an anaphylactic reaction, death can occur quickly if treatment is not provided. The auxiliary should also help the dentist administer CPR if this becomes necessary. A competent and calm team will make the treatment progress efficiently and professionally, which will benefit the well-being and health of the patient.